Assalamualaikum and good day. For today's chapter is about chapter 9. This is about cross-functional information system. At the end of this chapter, you should be able to understand the concept of cross-functional information system, enterprise information system, and the value it brings to organizations, and identify the different types of cross-functional enterprise systems and the significant value that each can provide to an organization. And last one is to identify functional e-business applications and give examples of the latest e-business application system used by companies in the industry. Okay, so nowadays, many organizations are using information technology to develop integrated cross-functional enterprise system that can cross the boundaries of traditional business function in order to re-engineer and also improve the vital business process for all across the enterprise. So this cross-functional enterprise system consists of information systems that are designed to support the business process like a product development, production, distribution, order management, customer support, and also internal-external based collaboration. This figure shows us the various types of information system that sit within the cross-functional enterprise system. But for this section in this chapter, we only will focus for the 3 cross-functional enterprise systems that are widely used to support enterprise-wide operation. There are customer relationship management or CRM, enterprise resource planning or ERP, and supply chain management or SCM. So we will focus on these 3 cross-functional enterprise system for this chapter. Many organizations today have realized that the benefit for the enterprise resource planning or ERP. And then most of the organization and company have decided to implement this system. Okay, so that's why ERP is said to be the backbone that integrates and automate various internal business process and information system within the manufacturing, in the plant, in the process industry, and then also the logistic, distribution, accounting, finance, and also the human resource function of a company. So because of that, now ERP is the most crucial factors for many companies to gain the agility, competitiveness, efficiency, effectiveness, and also the responsiveness. Okay, for this picture, we can see the enterprise resource planning system. So it starts from the production, and then the accounting, HR, human resource, and then the delivery system, business intelligence, and then the sales, engineering, production planning, also the purchase inventory. So there is differences between production and production planning. For production planning is the step for the plan for the production, and production is the action, the production of the product itself. Okay, so actually what is the ERP or enterprise resource planning? So this ERP actually is the business management application that enables an organization to use a system of integrated application to run the business. So and then this is, we can see the benefit of this ERP. So the first one is can increase the cost effectiveness. Yeah, so it can decrease also the cost of okay. And then after implementing this ERP, many companies claim that they have experienced significant reduction in transaction processing costs, hardware, example, software, and also the IT support staff as compared to the non-integrated legacy system. Yeah, and also enhance the work efficiency. So because of this ERP, the organization can create a framework to integrate and improve the company's internal business process. So as a result, these companies can be able to experience significant improvement in the quality and also the efficiency of like production, distribution, and maybe also the customer service. Yeah? Next is integrated the business function. Okay, so as we can see that with this ERP, it can integrate data and also the process from the different department of a company, so it will be more easier access and workflow between internal or external department in that company. Yeah, and also improve the international operation. Okay, so for this one, ERP can support like the various type of example like the tax structure, and also maybe in terms of the currency, yeah? Different currencies of the world, and also the multiple language. Okay, so it makes ERP as a truly international software. Okay? Because it is with this ERP, it can suitable for global process. Okay, because of its diversified accounting standards and also ability to handle worldwide client and resources. There are some reasons why the implementation of an ERP system fails in some organizations. So the first one is reluctance to accept change. So some employees are reluctant to accept and also get involved with the changes made in the organization. And second one is the project manager not empowered. So for this case, the project manager are not given the empowerment and also support to implement the necessary business process changes. And next is the implementation is not adequately funded. So meaning here, many companies tend to underfund their effort by reducing the scope through impractical project schedules. So the rule of thumb is that an implementation budget should be 1 to 3 times the list price of the software package. And the fourth one is lack of training and education. So many users are not only required to attend training given by the vendor, but they should also have a good working knowledge of the selected software package to feel confident when they perform their daily tasks. Yeah? And the last one is lack of attention to the critical management issue. So here, many failures can be traced to managers not taking the responsibility to champion the users of ERP to success. Okay, so next system is supply chain management. Yeah? So for this supply chain management is a system that oversees the flow of materials, information, and finance as they move in a process from the supplier to the end user. Okay, so the supply chain management is starting from the supplier to the customer. In this figure, we can see the basic process involved in supply chain management of an organization. Okay, so actually there are three main flows for the supply chain management. First one is the product flow. For the product flow, movement of goods from the point of production, here making the product, to the point of consumption. So this is also include the product returns, yeah? So from the production until the customer. And the second one is information flow. This information flow involves transmitting of orders and brings up to date status of delivery. So usually to accomplish this task, electronic data interchange or EDI is used. And the last flow for the supply chain management is financial flow. So it entails the credit terms, payment schedules, and consignment and title of ownerships arrangement. So this is the three main flows in the supply chain management: product flow, information flow, and also the financial flow. Meanwhile, for the supply chain management software, actually there are two types of SCM software. The first one is planning application. Sorry. So for this planning application, it supports a variety of applications to forecast supply and demand. So it is used to determine the best and most effective way to fill in orders. And the second one is the execution application. So here is the support application like the order management, logistic management, and also the warehouse management. It also allows the tracking of goods, the management of materials, and financial information involving all parties. The benefits of supply chain management, first one is to optimize the supply chain design. So it can help companies to optimize its network of suppliers, plants, and also distribution center. Second one is collaborative demand and supply planning. So this is more on sharing of demand and supply forecast across the company internally and externally, which will result in developing an accurate forecast of customer demands. Okay, and next is improve material management. So here can reduce costs on raw materials, procurement, safety stocks, and raw materials and finished good inventory. So this function will also make sure that the materials required for production are available in the right place at the right time. Next is collaborative manufacturing. So it can optimize the planning and also scheduling with consideration on resources, materials, and dependency constraint. And last one is collaborative fulfillment. So this can ensure the commitment to delivery that's in real time by fulfilling orders from all channels on time with order management, transportation planning, and vehicle scheduling. Beside the benefit of implementing of supply chain management, it also have some failure in implementation of SCM. So we can give an example case in 2001. Nike. Okay, Nike faced a massive sales and earning shortfall, and it had the i2 technologies to blame. Okay. So for this case of the Nike, the outcome of the production that year was contrary to expectation, and the company was left with too many of the wrong shoes and not nearly enough pair of its best seller. Okay, so from the case in Nike, we can extrapolate some reason why the implementation of SCM is failed in organizations such as Nike. Yeah? So the first one is trying to forecast too far ahead. So the companies will expect an unrealistic and ambitious return when forecasting is done without ensuring system reliability. And second one is lack of training. Employees don't receive sufficient training from the vendors, resulting in insufficient knowledge and confidence in executing their job. And then a lack of communication between the vendor and also company. So this is inadequate amount of information received by the vendor that will cause an unexpected outcome for the company. Next is problematic integration of application and information flow. So in the system itself could not integrate well with existing system, thus causing hiccup in the information flow from the point of SCM production to the point of consumption. And last one is lack of information of the vendor reputation. So the company didn't do a throughout research on the vendor reputation to ensure that they are investing with the right vendor and at the most appropriate cost. Actually, I also have experience with this Nike company. In 2015, I go to this company in Indonesia, Nike factory, and then but in that time I more have a collaboration more on the standardization of their production, their product. I think, like I explained before, the case for this SEM failure is happened in 2001. But when I go there in 2015, I think they already fixed about the system, and I look that their system is very good. Even even also I have a free one pair shoes of Nike there because and I look that the quality of the Nike is very excellent for their quality, and also how their product how they manufacture their product, and also in terms of the quality control of their product. So I think because this case is already long ago, 2001, and they already fixed it, and now the company is in excellent have an excellent system for this one. Yeah, because when I go there, I only see I see all the factories and also all the management, and also but my focus is more on the quality control of the product, and I can suggest you to buy this Nike because this Nike is very good shoes for in terms of the in terms of the quality. Okay, so next is customer relationship management. This CRM is include all aspect of communication that a company has with its customers, both sales and also service related. So this customer relationship management is a system that is used by business to manage interaction with their current and potential customer. This figure show us some of the major component of CRM system. So if you can see here, there is a potential or existing customer, and also there are marketing and fulfillment, customer service and support, retention and loyalty program, contact and account management, and also the sales, which is the cross sell or upsell. So for the technology or the system, it can use like the email when we want to integrate, or the integrate and then also integrate a relation between all of these components. We use the email and also website, and also the technology, and also the fax. Yeah, so among some of the leading vendor of CRM software, like the Oracle, Siebel System, SAP, PeopleSoft, right? So like ERP also, ERP software also, Oracle also can be used, SAP. So like this Oracle and SAP, we can use for the ERP and also the customer relationship management, right? Like in ERP, usually this is for the customer relationship management, but for ERP vendor, actually there is a three-tier business for ERP vendor. First one is large enterprise ERP. So for large organization, for ERP, three companies that mostly used by the organization is SAP and Oracle. So this is the same for CRM also. And also the Microsoft. For our personal users, and in laptop or computer, we use the Microsoft, right? But for the big organization, more use the Oracle and SAP for this CRM and also the ERP. Like UMP, we use the Oracle, right? We use the Oracle for like for student, yeah? For our customer, you as our customer, student for the CRP management, right? A customer relationship management. But for in internal also, for the management in internal ERP, we use also Oracle. We as staff and also a management use also Oracle, the same system, yeah. The second one is mid-market ERP. This one media market ERP vendor, like the AD, Infor, Epicor. So this is more mid-market ERP. And last one, the small business ERP, like the Exact Globe, CDC Software, Activant, and Solution. Yeah. So yang tadi tu yang saya explain more sikit dengan tambahan untuk ERP, and because there is relate for the CRM ni juga, the example like the Oracle and SAP is used both for CRM and also for ERP. Contohnya the software. Yeah. Okay, so next, benefit of customer relationship management. The first one, CRM allows a business to find and aim at the most suitable customer so that they can be retained as lasting customer for greater and more profitable service. Okay, next is the CRM also allow business to make real-time customization and personalization of product and service according to its customer need, wants, and purchasing behavior. Next, regardless of the contact point, the CRM can keep track when customer contact the company. Last one, the CRM helps a company to provide a consistent customer experience and support based on the customer choices. Okay, so for actually there are 4 types of customer relationship management system. The first type of CRM is operational. So this operational synchronize customer interaction consistently across all channels. Second one is analytical. So for analytical, this is extract in-depth customer history, preferences, and profitability information from your data warehouse. Okay, so it allows you to analyze, predict, and drive customer value and behavior and forecast demand. Next is collaborative. Okay, next type is collaborative. So it enables easy collaboration with customers, suppliers, and partners. Last one is portal-based type. So this is provide all user with tool and information that fit their individual roles and preference. So it also provide the capability to instantly access, link, and use all internal and external customer information. So all of this type of customer relationship management system is adapted from Marcus and O'Brien in 2013. Beside the benefit of CRM, we can also see the failures of the CRM implementation. So first one is because lack of understanding and preparation upon the implementing the system, lack of integration between CRM and the core business system, so meaning that not centralized. Lack of end user encouragement, which leads to poor user acceptance rates. And last one is inadequate preparation to execute change management. Okay, so next is about transaction processing system. So for a transaction processing system is an information processing system for business transaction involving collection, modification, and also retrieval of data transaction. This is like with this TPS. TPS can track down routine operations but doesn't provide much support for decision making. Okay. This figure can show us the basic process involved in a transaction processing system of an organization. So basically, the TPS is a system that serves business at their operational level, where the input include the transaction and event processing activities such as sorting, listing, merging, and updating. So the output includes all kind of detailed report, list, and summarize. So the user of the system are generally operational staff and also the supervisor. The three characteristics of TPS include performance, reliability, and also consistency. So this TPS can be categorized into different types such as payroll, order entry, accounts payable, account receivable, inventory control, and others. So this transaction processing produce valuable input for many other systems that coexist in an organization. So it will feed valuable data to systems such as management information system and decision support system. A transaction processing system can process transaction in two ways. First is batch processing. This using batch of accumulated transaction through a certain period of time. Second one is real-time processing. So this is using a method that processes transaction immediately as it occurs. The usage of batch processing and real-time processing actually is different depending on the needs and demands of department or organization. While real-time processing is often more efficient and necessary, batch processing is known to be much more effective. Okay, example like a payroll system. It may not be necessary to keep track of an employee's earning every single minute. When doing it weekly would suffice. So the summary for this chapter first is we know the concept of cross-functional information system, enterprise information system, and the value it brings to organization. Know different type of cross-functional enterprise system and the significant value that each can provide to an organization. And last one is functional e-business application, an example of the latest e-business application system used by companies in industry. So that's all for this chapter. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.